It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, go, go. Dig, dig, dig. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Good morning. We're now joined in the infield media center by driver number 16 3M Ford, Greg Biffle. Greg, your thoughts on coming back to Texas Motor Speedway and this weekend's event?
Well, I really enjoy racing at this racetrack. It's it's one of the mile and a halves that we go to that's a lot of fun to race on, that provides racing throughout the up and down the groove. Straightaway is a little bit narrower than here is to keep your speed as you get up onto the straightaway. You got to keep a car turning real good, and that's why the high line works so well here, as it straightens out that corner exit some. But we ran decent in the spring. Obviously that didn't do a lot for us in Atlanta, but hopefully here we will come back and run as good as we did in the spring, or hopefully a little bit better.
We'll now open it up to questions from media. As a courtesy, please state your name and affiliation. Start here.
Jim Noble, FSN. Greg, when it's all said and done this year, how will you define a successful season? What were your goals coming in, and after Homestead, how will you look back on this year in terms of success and your goals?
Well, I think successful season is making the chase, because you got to make the chase in today's day and age. You have to make the playoffs, in order to be, successful and be in the spotlight every week for your sponsor and your team and your organization and all the guys that work at the shop and come to the track. So, making the chase is really, really important in our sport today. Secondly, then there's almost a second set of goals after making the chase is win some races, and be competitive, challenge for the championship, and we've been able to do that. Obviously, we've come up a little bit short at a couple of mile and a halves that we feel is our strong suit. So that's a little frustrating, but we had in our eyes we had a decent run at Martinsville. Finished 12th, which that not being my best racetrack, that was not too bad of a finish. But to finish 10th at Atlanta, and I think we finished 7th or so at Charlotte. Those two races really weren't up to par for the 16 team, and hopefully that trend doesn't continue here at Texas, at Homestead, which is one of our better tracks. So I think to wrap it up, it'd be easy for me to say just finish in the top 5 in points, because it looks like we're headed down that track, but obviously we'd be disappointed not to win the title, and right now we still have an opportunity, but obviously it's getting slimmer and slimmer.
We got Mike, and then we got Ed, and then we got Jeff, and then we'll come back over here. We got you.
Mike Harris, Maype. Greg, we all know when you're at the racetrack, we all ask you about the chase, and obviously it's a major topic of conversation. But during the week when you're not at the racetrack, how much do you think about the chase? How much is it a part of your thinking, sitting there thinking maybe about the numbers or what's going on, or if you have a chance to move up or whatever?
You think about it all the time because this is your life is this sport, and it's a lot of fun. I try and do stuff to take my mind off of it, to do other stuff, but we're thinking about it all the time. We're thinking about the next race, the next couple of races, or what's left. We'll think about what races are left. Okay, Texas, Phoenix, Homestead. How can we? How are we going to run there? And you kind of play those races through your head. We won here in 05, and certainly we feel like we can win here again. For sure, we feel like we can win at Phoenix and Homestead. So, you play those scenarios through your head. That we know we're so many points behind, but we feel like we're going to be competitive in these next three. So you think about it a lot. There's no doubt about it. And then everybody you come into contact with, wants to talk about it. Your second in points, now you're third in points, and what happened at Atlanta? We thought you were going to be better there. So, so you're always talking about it, with everybody.
Got Ed.
Ed Hinton, ESPN.com. Greg, last week Carl was talking about that Jimmy's kind of a hard guy to feel ill toward, even after he was surprised Jimmy came back and finished second, said he's always coming up and congratulating you and everything. If you got to be a couple of 100 points down to somebody, is he kind of the hardest one? Could you talk about, is he a hard guy to hate? I mean, when you're in the heat of a rivalry?
Well, I mean, there's two ways of looking at it. It doesn't. I mean, I can see where you're coming from a little bit, but at the same time, we're fierce competitors inside the car, and this isn't necessarily a contact sport. So it's not not like we're playing football or something else. Where we you got to hate the guys that are boxing as much as you can to get in the ring. So we're competing on the racetrack as hard as we can, and really once we get in the car and put our helmet on and go, I mean, we're doing everything we can, to beat that car. So I don't know that you need to be that that angry, I guess, to get yourself fired up more to try and beat him or whatever. So Jimmy's the good guy. They've done a tremendous job these last few seasons. They really have pinpointed. If you look at it, you can see why they're a championship team. They were in huge trouble at Charlotte. They were in huge trouble. He could not get that car to drive to save his life. They threw the kitchen sink at it, and he ends up sixth. But he, you listen to the radio transmissions that they had, and you look at how the car was going on the racetrack, and I mean, one more lap we were going to pass him, and 4 more laps, 4 more guys were going to pass him. He was backing up like mad. So that's what makes a championship team, is taking that adverse day and turning it into something good. And they did the same thing in Atlanta. I'll guarantee you, when he was riding around behind me running 14th, he wasn't just waiting for his opportune time to get up there, or then he was right in front of me. They were doing all they could do and running 14th, 15th, and 13th. So and they were just able to keep adjusting on that car. And my car got really good on that last run, similar to his. The only thing is I didn't have track position. I started out 17th, finished 10th. He started out, wherever in there and finished second. So we sort of both did the same thing right at the end of the event. But, that's championship caliber team to take not so great of a car and turn around. It's easy to do, when you got a good car that's fast all day, to run up front all day. That's easy. When you're off a little bit, to come back and finish well and not get hurt in the points, that's what it takes to win championships.